When it comes to children's media and TV show icons, there are plenty out here in America that are annoying, irritating, but also extremely successful, popular, and marketable for some reason. And there's quite a legacy to say about those. Such examples include this one right here, which is Barney the fucking dinosaur, who I absolutely hate. Another example includes Caillou. I hate this fucking kid and wish he would just die of cancer already. Did I say cancer? I meant Zika. Love them or hate them, you can't tell me that they aren't successful, because they are, and they leave a legacy that leaves behind some emotional scars, while others have fond memories. I'm one of those people that has emotional scars, but that's a separate video alone. But today we're not talking about what is in the United States. This time we're bringing it over to the UK. And there's been plenty of things that the UK has shared with us in the States that I have either grown fond of or annoyed by. One such thing is Thomas the Tank Engine, which I absolutely adore. Things that I'm annoyed by, the Boobas and fucking Teletubbies. But there is one other thing that I've only recently discovered. And by recently, I mean about 17 and a half years ago. And this is back when a time where YouTube really didn't care much for copyright takedowns, nor did they care for piracy things, nor did they care for copyrighted music or anything like that, and there was no ads. And that's where I discovered Noel's House Party. So this is pre-ads YouTube platform, no copyright takedowns YouTube platform. I can't definitively say I grew up with Noel's House Party, but considering I was quite the young age at the time, I can say that I sort of did. But other than that, I thusly enjoyed Noel's House Party. That was until they introduced Mr. Blobby in later seasons. And that's when I figured this was going to get nightmarishly annoying and stupid. Now, Mr. Blobby, much to my chagrin, and I have to admit this, he's not bad. He's not bad as a side character. When he's his own thing, then there's too much Blobby. Especially the way he communicates, saying blobby, blobby, blobby over and over again in a very heavily computerized voice. Not only that, because of how popular he became, it became Blobby everything. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs decides to sponge up the Krusty Krab and make the patties spongy and make Squidward dress like SpongeBob and make everything SpongeBob themed. Blobby had that treatment. He had his own fucking theme park, he had his own sitcom outside of Noel's House Party, and he had his own UK top of the charts single, which I'm not going to play here because frankly I do not want to hear it, and nor do I want to get taken down by some angry Blobby copyright hogs. I'll get to my take on what I think Mr. Blobby is and how I view him in my opinion, but he left a legacy where some have become fond of him, others see him as a fucking monster. I think the best way to describe him is what Steve Reviews said when he did a review on the tarnished legacy of Mr. Blobby.
Pink colour and yellow spots, resembling some horrific case of genital warts, his spring-loaded eyes giving him the twitchy gaze of a cocaine addict, and a demonic grin which reminds me of salad fingers.
While some regard him as a demonic entity that haunted their childhoods, I see him for what he is. Irritating. Irritating in such a way that it was only a matter of time before people got sick of this fucking nightmare. And that was it. He lasted a decent amount of time before he finally fell off the radar and subsequently lost popularity. Although he leaves behind such a large legacy, some children being fond of him and others just trying to forget this childhood memory that they had therapy over. The best way to describe Mr. Blobby is like a bad case of hemorrhoids. I mean, look at him. He looks like something that hangs off of the orifice of your crinkly bottom and annoys you constantly, makes you itch, makes you hurt when you sit, and makes it really, really painful to poop. Overall, he seems like one of those things where it was a one-hit wonder for a time and then slowly faded into obscurity. while leaving behind a shit-covered legacy that no one wants to venture back to, but still talk about to this day because why not? Content. Thank you guys for watching this. This was just my perspective, an American viewer versus a UK viewer on Mr. Blobby, and a UK icon that slowly faded into nothing. And I leave you off with this video of someone urban exploring the abandoned Blobby land.
Mr. Blobby touched me here. This looks like a chimney, living room. It's creepy up here. Yeah, it's I think maybe homeless people sometimes live here. It's like a can, some eggs down here. Don't know what. It's just beans. Something strange in this can. Fuck! Oh my god! Ouch! Oh my god! Ouch!